Hello, my name is Dr. Jordan E. Montana Richards, and today I will be discussing how digital game-based learning is an applied human performance technology intervention method for online higher education. To understand how digital game-based learning can be considered an applied intervention method of human performance technology for online higher education, one must first understand these four concepts. What human performance technology is: a four-phase holistic system of analysis of the worker, workplace, and organization, intervention, selection, design, and development, intervention, implementation, and maintenance, and evaluation. The purposes of training, instruction, and education. The purpose of training is to reproduce behavior. The purpose of instruction is to go beyond behavior into practical utilization and understanding. The purpose of education is to establish values. What educational technology, or EdTech, is, its definition and purpose, and the tangible and intangible kinds of educational technology, and the link between human performance technology, educational technology, and online education. In this discussion, I will first examine what HPT is. Second, I will examine the different kinds of educational technologies. Thirdly, I will assess how HPT can be applied to online education. Finally, I will showcase the need for digital game-based learning as an intervention method in the 21st century of the digital age that we live in. Human Performance Technology, HPT, also known as Human Performance Improvement, HPI, is a time-tested and proven method for improving work performance in industrial, commercial, and educational fields. HPT takes a holistic, systematic, and data-driven approach to identifying needs, problems, and gaps within the four levels of the work process: the worker, task, workplace, and organization system of operations. HPT has utilized many different formulas, models, frameworks, methods, procedures, tools, and strategies to identify work deficiencies, design, develop, implement, and maintain intervention methods, and continuously evaluate the selected intervention method and work process at every level to ensure work improvements. The four phases of human performance technology are: 1. The performance analysis of need or opportunity phase. 2. The intervention selection and design phase. 3. The intervention implementation and maintenance phase. And 4. The evaluation phase. The analysis phase of the HPT process performs organizational, environmental, gap, and cause analyses. The organizational analysis identifies the organization's vision, mission, values, goals, strategies, and critical issues. The environmental analysis is performed at four levels of environments: the world, the workplace, the work, and the worker. The world environment analysis examines the culture, society, and social responsibility involved in the work process. The workplace environment analysis examines the organization, stakeholders, competition, and academic or financial resources and tools. The work environment analysis examines the workflow, procedure, responsibilities, and ergonomics of the worker. The worker analysis examines the worker's knowledge, skill level, capacity to adequately perform their responsibilities, motivation to perform, and expectations of working. The gap analysis compares the desired work performance with the actual work performance. For example, the desired work performance is to help students achieve 90 to 100% in test scores, while the students are actually achieving 70 to 80% on their test scores. This would result in a 20 to 30% gap between the desired and the actual work performance. The cause analysis analyzes the environmental and individual factors of the 20 to 30% gap to understand and determine the root cause of the deficiency. Environmental factors include insufficient information, feedback, resources, consequences, and incentives. Individual factors include the skills, knowledge, capacity, motivation, and expectations of the worker. Continuing the test achievement score example, environmental factors may include inconsistent learning instructions and materials, a lack of feedback or quality of feedback, academic resources or tutoring, and no gamified incentives such as group points or individual trophies and awards for conducting exemplary academic performance. Individual factors may include unlearned students due to lack of proper teaching in previous grades or classes, and again, low expectations of being praised for exemplary academic performance. Once a performance need or opportunity is identified, the HPT technician or practitioner selects, designs, develops intervention methods based on the data collected from Phase 1. Intervention method categories include job analysis, including learning support, performance support, and work design; human resource development, including personal development; organizational design and development, including organizational communication, financial systems, and leadership commitment; and intervention sustainability. Following the classroom demonstration on one, learning support for students could be after-school tutors. A human resource development could be the educator's professional development in engaging students, course and instructional design. One organizational design would be to promote opportunities for financial scholarships for students who excel in their grades. There are several techniques to implementing and maintaining intervention methods, such as partnering, networking, and alliance building with community programs, local businesses, and local or state colleges. Continuing with the educational model, examples include scholarships, mentorships, and field trip opportunities. There are also employee development opportunities such as process consulting, which can be consulting with professionals in the field of a course, or human performance technology technicians; communication between faculty and students, and administration and faculty; and project management. The evaluation phase consists of formative, summative, confirmative, and meta-evaluations and validations of phases 1 through 3. These evaluations ensure that the intervention methods are improving worker efficiency. Formative evaluations consist of evaluating the processes occurring in phases 1 through 3. Examples include diagnoses and summaries of phases 1 through 3, obtaining feedback, and documenting improvements. Summative evaluations consist of evaluating the intervention method, its efficiency, worker compatibility, and worker performance improvement. Confirmative evaluations evaluate the impact, effectiveness, and efficiency of the process and methods of the other 3 phases. Educational technologies, also known as EdTech, consist of innovations, interventions, tools, methods, and systems of teaching and learning. The purpose of education is to assist learners in establishing their own moral, ethical, and social values. The purpose of technology is to assist users in completing tasks, goals, and objectives. Combining these 2 purposes of education and technology forms the holistic purpose of educational technology. Educational technologies are tools, tangible and intangible, that assist learners in completing educational tasks and developing their own moral, ethical, and social values concerning both education, technology, and their roles in society. Tangible examples of educational technology include cars, computers, machinery, cell phones, and money. Intangible examples of educational technology include software, websites, digital resources, instructional design methods, online school libraries, YouTube, cognitive and learning strategies, and interdisciplinary collaboration. We've already discussed some minor applications of the human performance technology process to education with the classroom examples. Let us now take a more holistic view of education as the focus of human performance technology. The workers in education are administrators, faculty, teachers, students, and other personnel such as janitors, counselors, and security guards, but our focus will stay on the first 3. The work consists of completing administrative tasks, class assignments, and grading assignments. The workplaces of education are offices, classrooms, and learning management systems such as Canvas. We can analyze the worker factors such as the amount of quality of financial and academic resources, and the training available, and prior and existing knowledge, motivation, and capacity to perform. We can analyze the work or task factors such as the learning materials, assignments, instructions, templates, rubrics, quizzes, exams, and feedback. We can analyze the workplace factors such as the physical, school, classroom, or office environmental conditions, lighting, temperature, and airflow, and the course management system. We can analyze the factors of the institution's operations, their course guidelines, emails, and interaction policies. Existing studies in the field of education have already acknowledged the following problems: deficiencies in student retention rates, student performance, financial and academic resources for students and staff, interactions between faculty, staff, and students, communication, understanding, sense of belonging, transparency and stakeholders, school, faculty, staff, and administration involvement, low morale, job dissatisfaction, lack of feedback, lack of incentives and consequences, insufficient time constraints, and a lack of knowledge and skills. The human performance technology model can be applied to education by providing guidelines for improvements and clarifying objectives, developing and measuring performance standards, and creating a school culture of transparent communication, trusting relationships, and academic excellence and success. The goal of the HPT process in the field of education is to improve the performance of the instructor and the learner in their current academic goals and in transferring the knowledge learned in the classroom to real-world settings. The digital age of the 21st century has entwined technology and society, resulting in an increased need for becoming digitally literate. In turn, this has established a demand for digital instructional design methods and learning strategies. Current issues in online education include discussion board facilitation, online teaching presence, principles for online teaching, course design development, 21st century skills in online learning, and a lack of student retention and engagement. With the digital age came digital natives, those who were born and grew up around technology, the internet, and games their entire lives. Digital game-based learning capitalizes on the culture of games, the internet, and technology, and has already been shown to help in keeping younger and older generations of students engaged in class content. The identified performance gap in online education today is student engagement. Academics and scholars have already acknowledged that there is an educational engagement crisis for students in education, higher education, and especially online education. Furthermore, increasing amounts of youth are becoming involved in playing video games. There are 5 primary interconnecting intervention methods designed to address the issue of student engagement: modal learning, active learning, gamification, game-based learning, and digital game-based learning. Modal learning is the term that classifies the different kinds of modes that different learners prefer. For example, there are visual, oral, reading, writing, and kinesthetic, VARK, learning preferences. There are also preferred learning methods that combine multiple or all of the VARK learning preferences. Active learning is engaging, cognitive, group-based, indicative of modal learning, logical thinking, problem-solving, and decision-making, and facilitates a noticeable impact on student efficacy. Gamification utilizes game-based mechanics, aesthetics, and game thinking to engage people, motivate action, promote learning, and solve problems. Game-based learning utilizes the principles and psychology of games and game mechanics, game thinking, and game design to reach learning objectives. Digital game-based learning maintains the same principles of game-based learning, only pertaining to digital games instead of physical ones. According to scholars, gamification has been utilized since the beginning of civilization. In the professional sphere since 1961, and the United States Army since 1999, in companies since 2005, and in research since 2010 and 2011. Gamification, an acknowledged form of active and modal learning, has already been proven as an effective method for engaging students and increasing student motivation. Game-based learning has been utilized throughout history as well, in vocabulary classes since 1971, in education since 1981, with the academic standards movement of the 1990s, with English language learners since 2007, and in today's modern classrooms. Game-based learning, or GBL, is an acknowledged form of active and modal learning. Game-based learning has been utilized in math, science, language, social sciences, physics, biology, music, and physical education classes. According to scholars, games have been proven to mirror the way the human brain was designed to learn, and play is at the heart of how we engage. Digital game-based learning has been utilized in classroom settings with digital applications on tablets, projectors, and screens. Other examples of digital game-based learning include the college-level platform Kahoot, the K-8 music game company Quaver, and the proposed college-level music game concept, the universal music theory. Digital game-based learning is the logical next step to revolutionizing education, the learning landscape, and to address the student engagement crisis in this digital age full of online distractions. The business model acknowledged by academics comes from deterrent. Games have proven their success in enticing hundreds of millions of players all around the world to spend countless of hours and dollars performing menial tasks. Certainly, there must be some way to utilize this power for other educational purposes. HPT can be applied to online learning and higher education by designing, developing, and implementing digital game-based learning as an active and modal learning method, such as delivering a content-focused and oriented game design of mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics, in-game characters, such as representing or modeled after historical figures and pioneers in educational fields, in-game locations modeled after educational concepts, gameplay reinforcing in-class material, concepts, and formulas, practical applications and scenarios of course content to introduce the transference of knowledge into real-world application. The purpose of digital game-based learning as an HPT intervention method is to improve student retention, engagement, satisfaction, and learning by facilitating memorable and fun applications of course content in workplace scenarios. We have discussed what HPT is, a holistic, systematic, and data-driven approach to identifying needs, problems, and gaps, designing and implementing solutions, and evaluating within the 4 levels of the work process: the worker, workplace, and organization system of operations. What educational technology is: tools, tangible and intangible, that assist learners in completing educational tasks and developing their own moral, ethical, and social values concerning both education and technology and their roles in society. How HPT can be applied to educational and online settings. We identified the needs, implications, and issues involved in the digital age, the student engagement crisis, the entwining of society and the next generation of learners with technology, the internet, and games, and the relevancy and efficiency of gamification, game-based learning, and specifically digital game-based learning in promoting student engagement, retention, and satisfaction. Finally, as computers, games, and the internet continue to become more of the social norm for the future of the world's youth, educators should capitalize on these already proven methods of active and modal learning, as well as the successful business models demonstrated in the commercial gaming industry, to design a digital world of education that not only meets class requirements, national standards, and the demands of the digital age, but also inspires within students a desire and passion for learning, transforming in-game activities into in-class proficiencies and to real-world applications.